My name is Kaddi. I'm 25. I was born and raised in Denmark, Copenhagen, but I have roots in Gambia. I wasn't really bullied in school, but whenever people were saying something to me, it was the N-word. And that kept telling me that I wasn't like normal. And I feel like because of that, and like up until I was like 19, I hated my skin color because I kept getting told that I wasn't Danish enough or white enough. I feel angry when people don't acknowledge that there is an issue, and especially here in Denmark, we keep reflecting back to what's happening in the States all the time, and not talking about the actual issue that we have back home here in Denmark. There was one time at one of the places where I work where they didn't want to get served by me because of my skin color, and like there was two other people in the shop. The woman's, I think it was a boyfriend, and then another person, and nobody said anything at all. Like I yelled myself, but nobody said anything, regardless, even though I could see that they were uncomfortable as well. And I kicked them out of the store. And then I've also tried it like in the bus where people yell stuff and then nobody says anything. And people just try to look away. And you're like, I would have wished that people spoke up because they're part of the problem as well when you don't speak up. Even though you say I'm not racist, you're still a part of the problem and you still benefit from the problem when you don't speak up. I have experienced good intentionally racism, also called hygge-racisme in Denmark, which is, even though it's just racism, but I've experienced multiple times being told that you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, and it's not a compliment at all. And yeah, like that has also, like in the past, kept telling me that I wasn't pretty, or because it's not in the ordinary being pretty when you have dark skin. And I think a lot of girls have, like black girls have experienced that. I've been told that I speak really good Danish. Like I was born and raised here. You're really articulate. Thank you.
So what do you answer when people ask you, where do you come from?
I say Denmark. And then they ask me again, and then I say Flexberg. And then they ask me again, and then I say like the hospital I was born in. And they're like, where you really from? I don't get why is it relevant to ask me that? And I feel like a lot of people, when they see people of color, they don't know how to interact. So the first thing they want to talk about is the first thing they see, and that's your color. Even though they say I'm colorblind. It's a privilege to say that you are colorblind. I don't have the privilege to say that because I keep being reminded of the way I look because of my skin color. So no, people can't be colorblind. It's a privilege to say that. People need to start educating themselves. And then you can come and ask us questions after you've educated yourself. Because I don't think that people understand that it's a really sensitive topic. And it can be re-traumatizing for a lot of people to keep explaining some of the abuse that you've experienced during your life. So really, like, it's 2020. Google is your friend. Like, you can Google yourself to everything. You can read books. There's so many different documentaries you can watch, and then you can come and ask. And I feel like it's important for them to, like, especially white people, to educate yourself and then educate your close family, friends, co-workers, even though it's an uncomfortable conversation. People need to start speaking up, like, all the time, and not only on Instagram or Facebook. Like, you need to be vocal about it in your everyday job. Like, hire more people of color, like credit more people of color. Like, it's not that hard to do. People are tired. Like, I'm tired. Like, it isn't, and I think that for a lot of people, it is a new battle, but people have to remember it is a new battle for us. So, like, it's important to take that into consideration when you, like, talk about it. And when you then ask a person of color about these things, you have to, like, ask them if they're okay with talking about it. Because a lot of people just jump into conclusions thinking that I want to talk about it all the time, and I don't. We're not gonna get anywhere with you just being, oh, I'm so sad for you. If you don't do anything about it, like, actively in your everyday life, instead of just posting a black square on your Instagram. I see you, all of you people who have done it just for the cloud. But yeah, it's like, stop asking people about their experiences, because you know it's out there. You've seen it with your own eyes, even though people say they haven't. So if you want to ask a person or have a conversation, just ask the person first and foremost. And stop thinking that if I talk about my personal experience, that's what every black person have experienced as well. We all have different experiences. I'm not a spokesperson for all black people, and a lot of people think that as well. That what I say because, or if a black person says something, they're representing the whole black community, and that's not how it is. So just it's important to really think about it when you talk about these things with people of color, and then just educate yourself. I have learned about the Holocaust 5 times. In my primary school, I haven't learned about my culture once. So like, if I could educate myself, you can as well.